Welcome to Toxically Male. I'm Bing. Today, I'm going to show you how to change a flat tire. I'll also show you how to pull the nail out of this and put a plug in it to get you where you need to go. I do have a full-on garage here at my access. However, most people don't. So today, I'll show you how to do it with the star wrench, a crappy jack that comes with the car, the tire repair kit, and some kind of air pump that you would probably have in your car. That way, you're not stuck on the side of the road. So first thing I recommend doing is break the lug nuts free before you jack the car up, because this can be kind of a pain in the ass at times. Let's do a quick break. All right, once they're free, we'll jack the car up. Can't really show you too well on this car. It's too low to show you exactly where the jack goes. So this car, it's a 2004 Corvette. It has a full frame in it. There's little frame pockets that your jack goes into. Pretty simple. Check your owner's manual for any kind of special places to do that. Uh, I recommend, if you have access to a jack stand, block of wood, something to put under the car so it doesn't drop. The odds of that happening are pretty slim to none, but always do safety first. All right, so once we're there, we'll take the tire off. So on this tire, you can notice that that's where the nail went in. It already broke the head of the screw out with the nail. I'll have to pull that out. I got to get a pair of cutters. I'll show you how to do that in a second. All right, so I'm back. I got some cutters. This is how I'm going to pull the screw out. Before you do that, you might want to get your patch kit ready. Your plug kit. Put your plug in there. The rasp. Wear safety glasses. You don't want this flying out, hitting you in the eye. There's the screw. This way it cleans the hole out. Follow the instructions in the book. I'm giving you the quick way. Right there. Put the patch in here and plug. And so if this make it a little bit easier. Once it's in, pull it quick. Plugs. I do not recommend driving long distance on a Z-rated tire with a plug in it. This is showing you how to get off the side of the road, get to a repair station. Once that's there, you can cut it. Pocket knife works, whatever you have. Razor blade. I had the cutters. I said that was a screw that came out. It already broke the head off it driving. Once that's there, we'll go ahead. You can soak it if you want to see if it leaks on the side of the road. You don't have a choice. Go ahead, plug it, put it back on the car. I tend to try to start all the lug nuts by hand enough for a couple threads. You don't want them to cross thread. That's a whole another issue if that happens. Like I said, I'll show you the quick, easy way. Get you on your way, get you a correct repair shop. When you do this, you do a star pattern. Here, 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 and here. Pick one to start with and go with the star. Just doing that so you want it to mount the tire nice and flat. And if I was doing a tire rotation or something of that effect, I would use a torque wrench to do this. I do have them. Normally on the side of the road, again, you don't have those type of things with you. Once the tire's back on, I will lower the jack, pull out your jack stand. Once it's back on the ground, I would give it a double check, make sure it's snug. Yep. All right, that's on. Clean out some of our mess. Tire gauge, pump. This pump's actually kind of cool. You can set the pressure. If you don't know what the pressure is supposed to be, do not look at the tire. Open up your door. Most cars have it here. Some cars will have it somewhere here in the driver's door. It'll tell you the pressure. This car is pretty simple. It's 30 PSI front and rear. Because I've used this pump before, I already know that the cheap gauges are usually off. I have an aviation gauge, which is calibrated. I know that this pump is off by about 2 degrees, or sorry, 2 PSI. I will set it to about 32 on this one. Just turn it on, it will run. There you go. This pump, it's a cheap $20 pump off of Amazon. If you don't have one of these in your travel kit, I recommend it if you're going to drive any amount of distance other than just quick short hops. It shuts itself off. We'll take that out. I'll check it with my other gauge. That little gauge says about 36. They said, I don't ever trust these little ones, but when you're on the side of the road, it'll work. That says about 32 PSI. Generally, you want 30 PSI, so I'll let a little bit out. "30 PSI, we'll go with that. And then we'll wait 5 minutes, make sure that it's still holding air. Like I said, when you're on the side of the road and you need to get to a repair station, you don't have much of a choice. You don't want to be doing 90 to 100 miles an hour with the tire that's been plugged. That's just an accident waiting to happen. The tire will blow out. But this will get me to the repair station in the morning. I can have them replace the tire or do a real patch. This one, in this case, I'll have them replace the tire. I'm not going to drive this car far distances. Currently, I drive 500 miles one way, at least every 2 weeks. Definitely don't want to be doing that with this plug, but as far as to the next exit, next repair station, that'll work great. Since I talked about using a torque wrench, like I said, if you're on the side of the road, star wrench will work. It'll get you where you need to go. I do have a torque wrench. I already know that on this car, I've already looked up the torque years ago. I have it written in my owner's manual. It's 100 foot-pounds. Got to put the batteries in it. I don't usually leave the batteries in the torque wrench because then it quits. They go dead pretty quick. So I wait. It's set to 100 foot-pounds. I have my tire socket. It's a flip socket. Works pretty good. You don't have to have one of these. This one is a 19 millimeter. The flip sockets are 19 and 21. You can get them in multiple sizes. If you're going to start doing your own repairs, I highly recommend buying a cheap one of those. You don't have to buy the snap-on set. This totals probably about $1,000 worth of stuff. You don't need that. I do a lot of automotive repair. I run my own business on the side. I have a bunch of cars in here that I work on. For me, it was worth the money. Anyway, when you go to torque it, you can try to pull. It's usually a lot harder. You got to use a lot more weight. Put it here, you push. It beeps. If you look, it vibrates, it beeps, and then it just shows you what it was torqued to. This one, roughly 101 foot-pounds. That's good. Since I have the torque wrench, I always do the pattern twice just to make sure I didn't reseat anything it came with. You don't normally see that with the tire, but you'll see that with other parts, cylinder heads on a car, oil pans, stuff like that, stuff with gaskets. If you go around, keep going around, it'll keep changing the torque. That's it. And then now, like I said, we've been sitting for a few minutes. We know that originally, my fire gauge just broke. Good thing is I have numerous ones, so we'll make this work. And I just want to make sure it's holding air. Granted, if you're trying to get off the side of the road, as long as it's got some air in it, it's better than no air. All right. Turn my gauge on, check it. Yeah, see, this gauge is far more accurate than the cheap one that comes with the tire plug kit. Once again, you don't have to carry something like this in your car. If you do any amount of travel, I highly recommend this and this little unit. These two things can be a lifesaver. Because, of course, I did this in my garage. 9 out of 10 times, you're going to be on the side of the road, cars going by at 70 to 90 miles an hour. You don't want to be screwing around forever in a day. You want to get to where you're going and get done. So, all right, we'll go with that. Put your valve cap back on. Head on down the road. Until next time, thanks for tuning in.
ballastic like oak, steel-toed boots kicking up the smoke, sweat on the brow, dirt in the soul. Sunrise hits a weathered face, hammer swings in a steady race. Hard-earned pride ain't no